the day that we're gonna be brave. We're going back to Traverse City, we're going back to the junk pile and free dive on that, then get some courage and swim out into the deeper water, find the boat that's there, and then hopefully go a little bit further and find the Fort Pinto. But first, we're gonna find a shipwreck on the other side of the bay. So here we go.
So for this journey, we have a couple new toys. We have an iPhone case. We have a bag for a DSLR. I'm using my 7D. And of course, we have the GoPro. So those are the kind of things that we're going to be using today to capture this adventure. So we pushed out into the water and looking for this shipwreck. It took me a lot longer than I thought it was going to take me. Looking for the shipwreck, it took me a lot of time. I was out there for 2 hours just trying to find it, and you'll be surprised at how little you can see from 15 feet above. So I decided I had to get in. And after a few hours, I went back to shore and found some help.
It's awesome. There's a diver here as well. I don't know if you can see it. He's got his dive thing there. I'm going to let him find it and then go down. But we teamed up a little bit. I kind of figured I knew where it was. We found the drop-off, and he's going down the drop-off to see where it is. I think it's right down that way. So, and I see him right below me here. So I guess today was a success. I got the courage to get out into the deeper water. That was great. I had a little bit of help though. There was a diver at the first place that really helped my confidence to get back out there into some deeper water. And he was able to stay under longer. The funny thing is, once we got out there, it took us a little while, but once we got out there, we both found the wreck at the same time. My head popped up and his head popped up, and I said, hey, I think I found it. And he goes, hey, I think I found it. He's 20, 30, 40 feet away from me. I forgot how far it was. And he found the bow and I found the stern of the ship. So that was really cool, actually.
So there's not a lot known about this wreck besides that it's about 16 feet deep in water, which makes it pretty easy to get down to. It was probably sunk in 1894 or somewhere around that time, and it's wood. That's what I can see. With just a tiny bit of online research, I found out that there's a lot of shallow shipwrecks in this area, which is perfect for beginners like me. I'll throw some of the links to some of these shallow shipwrecks below so you can visit them as well.
And then at the second place, when I got in, there was a couple people there talking about how the water dropped off drastically. So I told them what I was going out to do, and they thought that was really cool. So when I went out, they got on their paddle boards, came out there.
This water feels colder. It is colder.
I was in the water already, and they were paddling around, and they go, hey, there's a dark spot over here, and that's where the junk pile was. I kind of knew where it was, but it was nice for somebody to kind of point it out. And then I said, hey, I think in that direction there should be some other stuff. So I started diving on the junk pile, and they waved at me, and they said, hey, there's a dark spot here. And I went over there, and it's a dark spot. It's much deeper water. So it was just a little dark spot, so I go, okay, well, I'll go down and see how far I can go down to see it. And I went down there, and it was the boat. It was completely the boat. And my problem was I left my kayak at the junk pile for bearing, because I know based on that, the boat's supposed to be here and the Ford Pinto's supposed to be here. So I anchored the kayak, and I have a little swim buoy, so I brought that with me for safety, which was good because I needed it at one point. I needed to grab onto it. But when I did that, I only grabbed my iPhone, my underwater iPhone rig, and I really should have grabbed the GoPro. That was kind of a mistake. But I was only going out there with the buoy, so carrying a lot of stuff. But once I found it, I wanted my other cameras. But it's so deep that if you just take your eye off it, it's just like a little dark spot. If you take your eye off it, it's gone. You won't be able to find it again. So when we found the boat, the paddlers went off, and I dove on it once, and I got a shot of it. And when I came back up, I was going to dive on it again, and the paddler said, "Hey, there's another dark spot here." I was like, "Well, that might be the Pinto." I'll do it again. Well, that might be the Ford Pinto. So I went over there, dove on that spot, and yes, that was the Ford Pinto. So I was like, wow, that's really what I wanted. I didn't want the boat as much. I wanted this. So I came back up, dove on it like maybe twice. But when you dive on it, I have to leave the swim buoy up because it's not like the Ford Pinto was like 35 feet, whatever. It was a long ways down there. And I was really happy that I got kind of down there, but I got down there for a second, then had to come right back up. So I got to practice. But I went down twice to the Ford Pinto, and when I came up, my swim buoy was going. So I ran to get my swim buoy. I swam really quick to go get it, grabbed it, came back, lost the Ford Pinto. So I didn't think I was going to find it again, swam around for a little while longer. I thought I found it again, went down, yes, that's where it was. So I dove on it a couple more times, but I had to keep grabbing the swim buoy. And then unfortunately, the iPhone rig went from video mode to photo mode. And in order to get it back, I have to open it up and move it to photo mode. I didn't want to really open up that case in the middle of the water in case the iPhone drops into the water. Then I don't have any of the footage of the Ford Pinto shot that I have. So I decided to just take photos. All in all, successful day. I got to see everything I wanted to see. I wish I got better footage for you guys, but maybe in the future I'll get better and better at this. But I was really happy. And realistically, the Ford Pinto and the boat right next to it, you need to dive.
4.4 miles, then turn right on US 131.
So realistically, the Ford Pinto and the boat that's next to it, you really need to have scuba gear to get to it. It's just too deep for me to free dive right now at 30 feet. One, I can lose it really easily when I come back up. If I don't see that a little dark spot, I'm done. I can't see it anymore, and I'll lose it. Also, just to try to find it, it's hard to find from the top. I'll say that.
It was a lot of fun as a beginner diving on these wrecks. And my suggestion is bring a friend with you, because it's a lot more fun with other people. Also, you feel quite a bit safer with others around you doing these kind of things.
MV Mari Vineyards. I have been there before, but it was really, really nice. I like that. It was a great place. All the tables were reserved, so I have to stand. But I found a nice little spot in the shade.
Thank you so much for watching these adventures. If you're enjoying these videos, please make sure you subscribe and you hit the like button and all that fun stuff.